Back, second day in a row. I felt like streaming again was fun. After the strength ski, I went to Medina. Nice place. We went to some places where Game of Thrones were filmed. To Lord Baelish's bordel. The view there is also amazing. Was good. Poker wise, I lost 100. Played 2 hours. And I think I'm a tiny bit less rusty now. At least I hope. So far, so fine. I just saw here in my timeline, little juicer, 39 from the thanks to G flip out. Maybe I could play 1 or 2 tables less, so not 6. When I still get to warm up myself a little bit after not playing for 1 month. We will see. Because yesterday, one time or 2 times, I timed out. It was not great, but also not the worst. Not the biggest EV loss, but a little bit. Yeah, some outs. It's not one of them. We were not blocking any outs. Ace 10 suited. Yeah, I don't know. I had a good feeling about this one. I mean, we don't have the royal flush yet. Scoop what is in the middle. People like to fold against our 3 bets with jacks in the big blind. I already see a pattern there. Hmm. I think I'm gonna fold. Hong Kong. 8 queen one time. Random bluff screeno. At least not kings. King. 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 Shall we float this? Snap call. Yeah, I would say we're done here. There's low equity turn for our range. Hmm. It's quite tight still. I think I'm just gonna fold it. Oh, now he's doing this. Okay. Nice. We bluffed them pre-flop, guys. Oh, a cold call also now. And he? Good flop. It's a good flop. He actually bet big. Hey. Could be that he has ace queen, ace jack suited, right? This could be. And against small blind versus big blind, we will flow very wide because ranges are really wide. King 10, easy, easy float, especially against this small size. Call. Yeah, we call. Take 2 is really bad, right? But small versus big blind against min raise. I call. Easy fold. I don't know, guys. I feel like bluffing. Unlucky. Yeah, not gonna over bluff here against the front player. And I guess gonna bluff on a 7 or 8. Let's get rid of one table. I'm already a bit slow again. Hmm. Obviously a GTO call. He has a 58 here, but I have marked him as a multiplayer. I'll go with call. This is. I think I'm gonna flip. Ah, we didn't want to see this, right? The king. Not easy to have enough bluffs. Ace queens. I just call. I think we're gonna see a reroll fold. And he is short stacked. Just gonna call. He's probably strong right when he donks here, but I think he could do random stuff as a fun player, so I'm just gonna call. Okay. But we just called. Ult at 45 for the river. Probably not gonna call. We can think about it on a jack or queen. Eight. Let's check. Oh, we again have one of those small blind versus big blind situations. Even have a spade, backdoor, straight draw. But now I'm gonna call it a day. Not sure yet about bluffing river or not. On one hand, we really want to watch out to not bluff too much against fun player. On the other hand, I think he has a lot of stuff like queen 10, calls twice, and then folds river. So I think it's whatever. Looks like against him, we really want to watch out to not bluff too much, right? It looks a little bit already like it. Hero. Yeah, I think we bombed now 3 times. Hope he has a limit. Very small raise, gonna call. Not great, he could have a 3. I'm gonna check and not donk. Da-dum. Looks like I limped here. Yeah, sweet little open Linsky. I think against the 3x open, this is already mixing actually, but gonna do this. Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. Snap falling his pocket tens. Hey, we have minus 250 already, so fast. Sure. Very low size. Yeah, a lot is in the middle, I think. We shove quite often. Could also do 27, 28. What's a big race? Oh, against our friend with aces. I think that's a good situation in general. He's not so he's not so deep, so let's do this. Did we do the last time? We bet a lot. I think I'm still gonna check here. Now just gonna bet Let's run out. And the last time we tank bluff shoved, I think we do the same. To also let him bluff, I think the shove is better with our history here. In case he has a low pair, I think he always calls. Wow, queens. Yeah, that was a pleasant hand. So there we can see, even when a bluff doesn't work out, it can work out later when he calls you even lighter. I mean, in this case, he had queens, but you know what I mean. We have a lot of pairs. Hmm. Yeah, this is cool. He probably has ace high though. Oh, ace could forward dash, not so high because we're in position against the 3-better. Multi-way pot. Nah. Let's call one off here. That's a huge bet. Hopefully has 10 jack and checks. I think I'm gonna let it go on the turn. Yep. Huh. So much equity. How are we going to play this? I think I'm gonna bet shove. Things change now. I'll check and go for a tiny bet on the river, I would say. Blank. He probably has a lot still of queen 5 suited, jack 4 suited. I think our hand is quite good against him still. Yeah. He really has a 74 here. So this worked out great, even without getting a flush. Now we gotta think about it. Shove or not? I would say we shove. He's quite short. Yes, it's a lot of combinations of Jack Queen. He probably has all 16. I think he calls with enough worse ones, so rip it in. Uh-oh. Here we go. That's the worst one. Even snap calls. Even though we could have Jack Queen, tens, and King tens. Okay. Board for our range and decent for our hand. It's smaller, check a lot. We'll go for a small bet. And we hope for deuce of clubs maybe, or queen. Yeah, jack of clubs, fine. Fine. Would have been fine. And the ace would have been also quite interesting. Probably would have just blocked the river, like I love to do against population. Exploitatively. If we can call our raise. Call. Okay. A set. Hopefully it doesn't raise. I guess we would have to actually fold then, depending on the size. But because we're in sandwich position, and yeah, implied odds are not great. Full house. That's boring river. Boring river. With that check, we gonna bluff. Of course. Yeah, I would say we just fold. Bit close though. He might also call, and then we don't get 8. We get 5.3. And we try to get a good hand against him strategy. Not bluffing strategy. Kings. Chauvin Queens Quirinos. Oh, he doesn't value bet thinly. Also good to know. Good turn. Fold there. We could. I would, or even a 100. I think it's a great spot to bet huge, right? Then shove river. What do you guys think? Point likes protection, it's very strong. And here we have a good hand. Where we really desire a good hand. So that's good. Okay. This one. That's a bank, in my opinion. Very sure. I mean, he could still have pocket threes, obviously. He can have everything. Very interesting. Plays is a bit like pocket aces or kings. Ace 10. Just gonna bet the river. If he shows, we're in an interesting spot, but I think he's not bluff shoving enough. Which you can see is snap fold, snap folding. Didn't even think about bluffing. Which is, of course, the expected behavior from our opponents. Except your name is spinning head, of course. So, here we're gonna think about things. Not 100% sure what happened here. We have a pair. It's just a bluff catcher. I don't know. Without knowing too much about the hand, what happened, I was just gonna call. Maybe we could have found us zero fold there. What's 61? Wow, not value betting. Henley was very afraid of pocket queens, I guess. Very, very afraid. Oh, the dogs. Didn't do this before, I guess. Probably doing it with value, which makes his checking range then even weaker. We have an eye on that. With the nut flush draw in a four-way pot, guys. Wow. I'm gonna realize all of my equity with a sneaky check. It's time. I like to do it in the casino when it's a 7-way pot. I'm on the button and I know there will be everyone is like checking enough, donking enough that I quite often just check extremely good draws. Just gonna call here. So we have a little bit now. Not super strong for a 4-way pot. Diamond draw got there. Other spade draws no. And straight draws also no. And it's a low bet. And yeah, we have an ace we're gonna call against the 63 player. Maybe he has 2-pair. Yes, it's a random bluff with value. It's a hand that actually has value. So that's good for us. So the random stuff happened. You're gonna fold. This is not the biggest 3-bit of all time. Mixing here with the lowest pairs. 0 EV. I don't know. I feel like playing little flop Scarino. I think this is not ours. Good fold from our side. I actually rolled one more check. That now. Looks like he had a Jack 10. Almost. And snap calling, not re-raising. Both players not having a lot of straights, but he will for sure have more, right? I will bet most queen tens on the flop and very often bet on the turn, and so he will have a little bit more. And yeah, not even thinking about bluffing. Snap hero calling. We have a pair, I'm gonna call. But yeah, he was not donking so much before, so we are already afraid what might happen in the future. I think we fold. Raise. It's a good flop. What did he do before? It's something I can't remember completely what it was. There's a lot of draws bet now on the turn. Pretty big bet actually. Against the huge size, I'm actually gonna check. It's losing a tiny bit of EV. When fold, I mean. So now I think we're gonna raise it up. Also call. You're gonna bet. Very. I think a lot is possible. Now we say we have like King Jack. Guess a lot of folding will go on here. We have a set against the fun player. I think that's good. Let's see. You never know until the showdown. Okay, scoop the pot without any resistance. Put ourselves on some waiting lists here on this side. Against him, I would say check. The thing is, we can quite often get called, so straight draws also, and then showdown on the river, I think, against him. Quite a good board, and we have backdoors. I think it's whatever. What does he say? He says call. Because it's multi-way, I think we can bet small or maximum half and then check river. Or check down bet river. What do I like the most against him? Probably betting the turn. And then checking river. Just 4 tables right now. I think it's a good time to go for a 5-minute break. Let's check. Let's check the results. In the beginning, minus 150, but then we won a bit, so will come up. Nice. Shows plus 100, but we have to deduct break. But we will be a little bit plus. That's quite pleasant, appealing to my eyes. And let's do another GTO Wizard study session with yeah, where we just look at some hands, also 2 hands from yesterday. I think this will be exciting. Let's look at this hand and then small break ski. Okay, that's it. See you soon. Second half. about the other tables here. We might could get rid of this one. I think it's close. Let's mainly fold. Very good board for him. I think this is our best friend here today from Canada, Buka. 1904. That's an old dude. 180. Bad table. Actually, I played a little bit of poker. 2 weeks ago, I played tournaments because there was this event, right, at GG. I played one Sunday because a friend told me Sunday tournaments are just too juicy. You should try them, even though you don't play a lot of tournaments, and I mean, especially during a season. And I actually made $240, and yeah, it looked quite soft. I guess at some point I will play them more just for fun also, right? It's just different with the ICM and with everything. And there are bounties. We are cut off, so mixing calls and forbets. Here's a tight number this far. Quite good for him. He was in the big blind, right? So he's probably missing 3 bets. Even thinking of folding here. I want to fold. Sometimes we're dead. Missing the 3-bet blast. Feels so wrong to fold. You know what? I'm gonna fold. Let's check this hand later. How much EV saw, otherwise we're losing here. No. Where he's not missing any 3-bets at all, obviously. I think we opened and he called. Oh, this will get serious. I think we call and not gonna find a foot on the river. He could just have forget for us. Let's see what the river will bring us. Yeah. On a blank, I don't see us having a full screener. We are gonna call. Big pot. And if we lose, we lose. Whew. I don't know, my heart rate got up there a little bit. It's when you don't play so much, I guess. It looked. Got the smoke. It looked dangerous. Yeah. That's big flop, big, huge turn, and big river. Good thing he's a fun player, but even fun players, if they do it, It is scary. But on the other hand, we looked weak, we checked there, and the runner was good. A8 was like, but otherwise it was good, not a spade, and then 10 here. So I would go for the call, obviously on this run out than on this river. But still, how often he will show up with the pocket tens, pocket fives. Or five got counterfeited. And yeah, he got the complete random hand, right? The pocket sixes. Actually has a lot of value on the flop. Turn still really good. And then decided to take this as a bluff. Not good. Hopefully checks. I think he will not check. Oh, good. We will see now what he donks. Maybe six, maybe king, maybe a random. I mean, when he checks, it's more likely that he has nothing. Okay. So randomly donks turn, but not bluffing river there was pretty much not low. Good to know. Yeah, it's not good to bluff sixes here because it has showdown value. You can just, you're wasting your showdown value there. Just pick a hand that has no showdown value. King six or whatever. I think we raise or call. I think a raise is quite good. You're probably not having the proper 3-bet bluffing range there. Point likes protection. Ah, this looks actually like a good size. Probably still unbalanced, and I think it's just gonna open fold. Yeah, just a hand that has low short or yeah, almost that has zero showdown value or something that has very low showdown value. A6 of spades or whatever. Then be different if I somehow bet on this river. Then out of nowhere this becomes a 0 EV, then call or fold. Then it's different. Then you could use this as a bluff. It's good blockers, and you're not wasting any showdown value. Yeah, great outcome for us there. Take a note. Bluffing big. Every street is value, lowish value. And on the poker guy, donks, one third, bluff, check, river. Okay. At first I thought this is a tiny 3-bet, but actually it's normal. Yeah, mixing. It's 0 EV. Continue. Against a little bit too tight 3-betting range from our opponents. Our continue range gets a little bit tighter. I think still we are mainly mixing, but yeah, good to keep this in your mind. Yeah, the 3-betting range from our opponents, yeah, it's, I think like 8.5%, and it should be like 10.5%. Gonna call obviously with him in the pot. 4x open. Hmm. Nope. Maybe tens again. If you guys, by the way, want to see my results, why not put them out here? Uh-oh. Implied odds are not good. Out of position, but we have also gut shot. Not a good one. It's a wrong to fold. I love a fold. It's a multi-way pot. I think I don't mind the fold at all. He has a lot of straights here. Sometimes even if we get the 4, it's not worth it. We're out of position. It is close here, multi-way. I mean, if we continue, it's important to build a solid donking range on the river, on a board changing runouts, on a heart or club mainly. That we donk there as a bluff and also for value. Good board for our range. We can even have shoves. Bet huge. Check. I think I'm gonna call once. Yeah, I'm not gonna call a lot of rivers. That's a pretty bad one. Also, he was not bluffing before, so it's fold river. We actually got lucky with his turn, and he was fast playing there the full house on the turn. Okay. I guess mixing everything here. We see it a little bit tighter against population. Always interesting which size you want to pick exploitively. I think GTO-wise, there's a lot, pretty much everything possible. And if GTO is doing something, I think it will almost have the same EV. And exploitively, then usually want to have more of the shoves, the huge sizes, because a lot of equity comes from him. Love shovel, then king 10 with the king of clubs, which is not happening often enough. But these are obviously not all factors, so also important how he reacts to shoves. Is he overfolding or not? What does he do when you check? What does he do when we bet small? I think take my short away and bluff other stuff. Yeah. Make it interesting on the river. Maybe some queen jack suited that didn't bluff before. Could be. Queen, king, jack. Some ace kings maybe. Oh, but it's a crying call. People may have some more ace kings and they should have. It gets less attractive. You even go for the check shove, of course. Bad connection. That's why I folded the 5-5 here. Fold 83 for the river. Okay. Call it a day. He stopped us from bluffing river. So he probably did us a favor. In case he was bluffing. Except he was bluffing. Smaller. I think I'm gonna call it actually. Think about calling again. He has a lot of missed straight draws. But this is quite ambitious. That's unlucky. The straight draws all got there now. I mean, we would have to bluff this one, but let's not do it, right? Against him. Good. Okay. Thanks for showing. We just had the two overs. Mixed it up there a little bit. I mean, 2 overs not so bad against the third size. And you also can have the straight draws. I think I like the call. So I rake. Yeah, I think even with I rake the games are beatable. I think they are quite soft therefore. If you go for leaderboard, then you get also a good amount back. Up to 50%, I would say, with everything combined. And last year, I think I was winning. Yeah, I was winning before rake back, but only a little bit. I think it was like 0.5 or something. And the hourly was then EV wise $55, but in practice it was less. I think like 43 or something, because I ran under EV. And yeah, so the win rate was was really good, but yeah, didn't play so many hands like, for example, Kaltor, some other players. I think I played 630 hands an hour. It's also not bad, of course, but there are people who can play more. Not the greatest against big blind like always, but let's call here. Nice on a board like this. It makes sense. Let's go. We take a six of spades, for example, or 9, 10. So unlucky, guys. Why us? Why must it be us? I think we're gonna call it a day because we just have 4 tables. The internet connection seems to be not great. Then let's do some GTA Wizard stuff. Makes sense the size. It's still better, I guess, sometimes with jacks, queens. I think he's missing a decent amount of king jack suited. 3 bets. Roll to 100 though, and he will have some, so I'm gonna call. Snap check. Looks a lot like pocket queens or give up. I'm not sure. It should be ace queen, obviously. Golden 87. We have some king queen suited floats, so. Yeah, yeah, we have for sure some king highs. Yeah, I was bluffing him quite often. I'm gonna check down. Yeah. He wouldn't have folded that. We have pocket threes and pocket fives. Decent amount of time. Only calling it pre-flop like 40-50% of the time. But always calling flop, always calling the turn. I mean, we called it was 10-9. So we of course gonna call with threes and fives. Yeah, we have some slow plays. We are not calling all deuces and fours pre-flop. Floating all king queen suited, king jack suited with backdoors. Even against half size. You might be thinking he folds some of those, so. And I guess we would. Because it was him being in the big blind where he's missing stuff, which makes floating wider less attractive. Yeah, I think it's fine. To bluff or not bluff. It's 10-9. I mean, we don't have any like pocket eights there. It's just too bad. 10-9 suited has more outs. Yeah, I think we could bluff there, but we have a history as him. where we were bluffing, so I think like whatever, I guess. We could, let's directly take a look at this hand. If this is even true, what I said there. We also have some 4-5 suited. Ace-5, Ace-3, so we have good stuff. Let's see. But first check how much we're up or down today. Still plus 100, but then the ray comes into play. So we are a little bit plus, let's say $50. Not too bad after being down in the beginning 250. Okay, let's close and look it up. Yep, we will get there in a few seconds. Let's pick the general one. Okay, all good. And so what happened? Raised button. And the big blind 3-bet with ace queen offsuit. I think he's doing this like 85% of the time. 93. So otherwise, okay. Yeah, I guess. It's missing some of those, and then he has also some offsuits. Probably not 3-betting enough. 9-10 suited. I think against the solo range is never folding. I think it's very close to V. 8-9 always, and then this mixing. Let's check the wheel real quick, probably very low. Yeah, but it's a little bit against solver. I think against population you could just directly fold. On the other hand, you're in position. It should have pots also not too bad. So don't mind the call. Let's see the flop. 10 of clubs. 4 of spades. 2 of hearts. And yeah, no board has more big sizes or checks. And yeah, that's what's happening. Half or even more than half, and not small sizes, and actually not checking a lot at all. A bit of a surprise. Only 16. I would have guessed more like 30 or 40, but I guess it's because I don't have so many sets. Because yeah, don't call all pre-flop. Fours and deuces. So he went for the half size with ace queen offsuit. Why not? Oh, he's actually never calling with deuces. And also with a little bit less of these threes. Fours. Okay, so we have even then less sets than expected. Guess that's why he bets so much. Makes sense. I think it is also how population plays, right? They see deuces, so threes just fold. Why not? Okay. Okay, I actually thought about if we have a raising range here, and it makes sense with 10-9 suited, and because it likes more protection, not like 10 jack. But I wouldn't have thought at it so much. Against the half size. and then picking jacks. Okay. Ace 10, so that's a good hands, and then some bluffs. Okay. But probably not against the 19. Let's check. Maybe a bit. Oh, it's a bit. Okay, let's go back. 13, we call. Oh yeah, the floats. Even calling all queen jack suited with backdoors. Didn't think this. Jack 9 also mixing, but then not lower stuff, right? No. Oh, some king 5, king 6 also though. Ace 6. I think I would have float too little then actually. A bit more than I think, but against population it's fine. I mean it's mixing here obviously, so it's not gaining really EV. It's 1.2, but wait a second. I mean with backdoors it's like 1.7. Okay. It's must continue then. And even Jack Queen. Okay. I mean against GTO it's a must continue. Against population then it gets really close even with a 1.7. Okay, let's go ahead. Call. Ace of diamonds. Yeah, I think he can have a small betting range, even still with jacks and queens. That's what I said at least. Even a decent amount of kings, and then ace king, ace queen, ace jack. Yeah, pretty much what I expected. So he bets 1/3, and yeah, probably 9-10 is mixing. If we have 5s or 3s, then we always call. It's not mixing against the 1/3. It's even in a decent amount of EB, 6.6. So, okay. Then 3s obviously always calling, 5s. But this is against the GTO range. I think it's against population and very close, but I didn't think it's so much. That makes sense. And now on the river. So we call. Made a GTO call. There's a fine line between trapping and passivity. Okay, makes sense. River. Yeah, I think he still checks, has a lot of small bets. I don't know with like pocket jacks or queens, it's probably too thin, but with like, for example, ace 9 suited, ace jack, I think yes. Maybe even ace king. But maybe it could also shove because we also don't have so much good stuff. We will find out now. I think he has everything probably. 5 of spades. This usually doesn't happen. Okay. So, and this is what he's doing. And indeed, he has a small betting range, but mainly just shove. There's actually already quite a lot in the middle here. And then ace jack plus shoves. What about ace 9? Ace 9. Oh no, it's not shoving actually, it's betting small. Ace queen plus shoves then. Makes a lot of sense. He went for the snap check. And now when we check, I guess it's... Oh, no, not the button check. Okay, the king jack, queen jack bluffs. And then actually solver's always bluffing these. And solver even has these, but I mean, I think I would never do this in practice against people who are not having a proper 3-betting range in the big blind. But interesting, he prefers those, blocking the pocket 10s, ace 10 traps, I guess. Makes all a lot of sense. What is the EV saying of this bluff? Probably not much more than checking. No, pretty much the same. So I guess it's fine what we did there. Yeah. What I learned here, that the board is really good because we don't have so many sets, the button. Can go quite thin on the river for value. That's what I do all the time anyway. And that we have more floats against the GTO range, against the half size, yeah. Even floating some Jack 9 suited respectors. Okay, learned a little bit here. That was quite deep what we looked at. Let's go a little bit faster for the next hands. Let's check some big hands that we had. From today and yesterday. Give me a second. Get some hands. Standard. Let's look at hands where we lost. Oh yeah. This is from yesterday. But it was interesting. Cotton versus big blind. I called pre-flop. It's normal. And I rolled higher on the flop. And yeah, the higher your flush draw, the more often you raise, I think. And this time I raised. And then bet half on the turn. I guess it's fine. 1/3, 1/2, whatever. He raised, and I already didn't like it because he raising a lot of lower flush. Sometimes, yeah, but quite often he will just have the nut flush and fast play it, and probably not having enough bluff. But yeah, I went for the shove. Target the second flush, the third nut flush, fourth nut flush. Let's see how Solver is playing this. Would be surprised if this is completely wrong. So cut off raised. We're in the big blind and call with queen 2 suited. King 8, 3 of diamonds. We check. He bet half. Why not, right? Quite a good board for him. Half. And let's see if it's true what I said about the flush draws. Yeah, looks like a side flush draw gets raised more often and this less. I think it makes sense. Pretty much. This has backdoor straight draw to it. Okay. So we raise this time with our queen 2 suited. It's fine. What we raised. We didn't raise so big. Yeah, to this actually. I don't know how actually its 3-betting range looks like. I guess you can put this one in there. Study in silence, let winnings make the noise. Mm-hmm. We're not really having a lot of 4-bets. When, then it's more a3. Okay, alright. Call. And now the turn is more interesting. 7. I went for the half side. I think a lot is possible. Checks. More size, half size. Not really checks actually. We have flush. We have some like sets. It's still bad. Actually makes sense then, yeah. Which size? Probably a lot of small sizes then. 1/3, most 1/3 and 1/2. Yeah. So mainly picking the half size here or the third size. Okay. Went for the half size and now he fast plays. Guess he's mixing raises and calls. Nope. Not at all. I think it's just looks like it's just too good of a turn card for us. Interesting, yeah. Okay, so what is he raising with here? I don't know. Tiny bit of nut flush draw. Tiny bit. Yeah, so we cannot really look this one up. Okay. Yeah, actually, when he does raise, yeah, we mix calls and shows. GTO wise. Maybe I could have found just a call there because they will be probably rated towards 2 good hands there. Maybe. But depends a lot how he plays, like Jack High Flush Draw there. Depends a lot how strong your read is, I guess. How you want to play it. If you think he's just always nutted there, not really having bluffs, you can just call. And then fold on a bad river, or maybe even make a hero fold then, depending how strong your read is. Yeah. Let's say he calls and river is a blank. What kind of sizes do we have? Yeah, pretty much all. I think Queen High is probably also having shoves, and Jack High maybe also. Nope. Yeah, a little bit. That makes sense. And we look at one more, one last. I think this is it for today, guys. Was interesting for sure to look these hands up. And yeah, big props to all the guys who are still in here doing the studying stuff. I appreciate it, my guys, that you are watching. I wish all of you a good day. Have a good one, and bye bye. Peace out.